A very good morning to all of you. Today in this video we will discuss the various type of threats to biodiversity. As in the previous video we have done with the concept of the biodiversity, the definitions of flora and fauna and the various type of the endangered species. So today in this video first of all we will focus upon the various type of the threats. As you know, there has been the rapid loss of biodiversity due to the massive increase in the population as well as due to rapid consumption of the natural resources. Apart from that, the major cause of the loss of biodiversity is deforestation. That means the large scale destruction of forest for the various purposes of the human beings, like the requirement of wood for furniture and fuel, overgrazing by cattle, rapid urbanization and increase in the population. Now what are the various effects of this deforestation? There may be the lots of the floods, droughts, infertility of the soil, and there may be the desertification. That means the conversion of the fertile land into the deserts. Now how we can conserve our biodiversity? The very first one is afforestation, that means planting more and more trees. By recycling the paper, we can conserve the trees. Overgrazing and hunting, that should be controlled. Precautions should be taken to avoid the forest fires. And at last, the government should protect the natural habitats of animals and plants. And now next topic is the conservation of biodiversity by the government. We have the three main components under this. The very first one is biosphere reserves. These are large areas of protected land for the conservation of wildlife. That means it includes the plants as well as the animal life. In addition to this, here the traditional life of the tribal animals, that is also protected. For example, Panchmari Biosphere Reserves, that includes the one national park, that is Satpura, and 2 wildlife sanctuaries. Next is the wildlife sanctuaries. These are the areas where the wild animals are protected in their natural habitat. Example is Panchmari Wildlife Sanctuary. And next is the national parks. These are the large areas of public land protected and maintained by the government. And these areas, they are also used for the public recreation and also for the protection of historical objects of that area. For example, Jim Corbett National Park, Satpura National Park, Kaziranga National Park. I hope you have listened about the Kaziranga National Park, that includes the various species of the one-horned rhinoceroses. Okay. Next one is Red Data Book. It is the source book that keeps the record of the various endangered species of plants and animals. And there are the different red data books for plants, animals as well as the other species of microorganisms. This book was first published in 1966 by the IUCN. IUCN is the International Union for the Conservation of Nature and Natural Resources. Our next topic is Project Tiger. As you know, tiger is the endangered animal. Due to the hunting and deforestation, their number is started decreasing in the later 1970s. So to maintain a healthy population of tigers, Project Tiger was launched in 1973 by the Government of India. It was started with the 9 tiger reserves only in 1973, and now at present we have 50 tiger reserves. And at last, the various type of organizations that are involved in the conservation of biodiversity. Very first one is IUCN, that lists the various type of endangered animals and plants in Red Data Book. Next is Indian Board for Wildlife, that monitors the endangered species in India. And at last is WWF. It's a non-government agency that deals with the conservation of natural resources throughout the world. So this is all about this chapter. Read the chapter thoroughly and understand the concept. Thank you. Bye-bye.